The Chicago Bulls are set to start training camp this upcoming Tuesday. But before we get to that point, we got to talk about what are some of the biggest storylines surrounding the Chicago Bulls as they head into training camp. Me and CDubb gonna talk about it, break it all down, but you gotta hear the music first.
Cognac, gang.
Shy Bulls podcast with the Cognac Boys. I'm Cognac Boy Bobby, and I am with my dog, CDubb. What up?
What up, though? What's the word?
Hey, if y'all tuned in with us today, hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and hit that notification bell as well. Ladies and gentlemen, the season is right around the corner, and we're going to be right here to break it all down. So make sure you hit that subscribe button. We about to turn up for this young Chicago Bulls squad. But before we get an opportunity to turn up, we got to talk about the storylines. CDubb, it's a lot of things you can break down and talk about with these players. We talk about Lonzo, Zach, Vooch, the young guys, even the head coach, Billy Donovan, all the way up to the front office. But in your mind, what is the biggest storyline for the Chicago Bulls heading into training camp?
Wow. And the team in the position that they in, it is so many storylines. Could be the most important storyline. It's easily you could go to Zack LaVine. Will he be a Chicago Bull by at least the All-Star break? Will be a Chicago Bull by the end of the year? You could go, will Patrick Williams live up to the contract that he just signed? Will he be better than what we think? Would he be an all-star type player? Would he even be a superstar type player? Will Kobe Bryant take a step? But ultimately, I think for me, the most intriguing, most important storyline is Lonzo Ball. Is Lonzo Ball's knee right? Will Lonzo Ball, if he's right, get back to what he was, or we get back to a semblance of what he used to be? And how would Billy Donovan maneuver that guard position? Because we got to swap with guards right now. It's like a dozen guards, no cap. I'm just playing. It is cap, but it's like that. It's like a half a dozen guards, maybe more than that. I think that's the most intriguing storyline to me. Maybe the most important storyline. What do you do with Lonzo if he's not up to par? Do you try to get a trade? Do you try to shop him out? This is his last year on a contract. He's been sitting the last three, right? The last three. Uh, so I'm gonna just start there. Lonzo Ball is the most intriguing storyline coming up.
I agree with you. I definitely believe that's at least one of the most intriguing ones because we are anxious to see after a guy has missed 2 seasons if he can come back and just play damn basketball. You know what I'm saying? I think this is gonna be a magnifying glass on Lonzo Ball situation. They're going, oh my God, he went to the floor after a layup. Is he fine? It's
Oh
gonna be
man.
that type of anxiety, anticipation coming from you know what I'm saying, the media members that's gonna be there, and our crazy Chicago sports fans from all over the world they've been on edge for the last year and a half with sports. So it's gonna be if Lonzo Ball has to take a day off in practice, somebody I know for a fact is gonna crash out because my man took a rest day.
Hey.
So I agree with you. That is gonna be one of the most intriguing ones for sure. But for me, the most intriguing one is head coach Billy Donovan,
Mm.
and it's not. It's gonna be. It's a combination of a lot of things. Number one, you already alluded to it. What you gonna do with these guards? Billy Donovan, is you gonna give Jalen Smith a fair shot?
Mm.
Cause CDubb, we can come to the podium and say, hey, I can say, hey, CDubb, I just bought this new black whip. It don't mean shit if I don't pull up to your crib to pick you up in the black whip. It don't mean nothing. I can tell you whatever. So Billy Donovan could tell us whatever, but your actions gonna speak louder than your words. They telling us they want to win all these games or whatnot. So it's gonna be real interesting to see. Are you gonna put your personal feelings aside for the betterment of the team?
Mm.
And what I mean by that for the last point is if you see a young player at Montes Buzelis and the potential that he has, are you really serious gonna send him to the G League in favor of Torrey Craig?
bro.
If you see that Dalen Terry took a step forward last season, are you gonna give him ample opportunity to show that he's good enough for minutes this season, or are you gonna push him to the side for Leroy Carter?
Mm,
How you gonna continue to work your relationship with Zack LaVine and keep Vooch from not being, you know what I'm saying, how Vooch be being, especially if you come to him and say you going to the bench? Is Vooch gonna take that lightly? How you gonna handle that? That's why I just want to know. It's gonna be the guy that's making the decisions that's gonna be the most intriguing for me. I ain't gonna lie.
bro. Yeah. I can't argue with that. Billy Donovan. It's probably one of his toughest jobs, one of his toughest seasons in his career, bro. With all the outside noise, with the construction of the roster, the different way they want to play out here. They want to be up and down the floor. They want to play aggressively, defensively. Um, you got a center that I don't think fits the mold of this team. How you gonna play that out? I've heard of discussions of a competition between him and Jalen Smith. Let's see if that's true, if that coming to fruition. Zach LaVine. We've been hearing a lot of like positive things though, nephew, about Zach LaVine in the
Of course.
organization. Uh, is your pendulum like has it moved to one more to the side of, man, he might be here at the end of the year, or is it still like he gotta be traded? It's like edge that way. Like he gotta audition. He gotta be on his best behavior and audition for another team so that we can get a good trade for Zach LaVine. Has your pendulum moved in any direction, G?
Man, look, I'm staying right in the middle of it. Oh, I'm gonna say, hey, because I know that some of our fans they haven't come to the realization that Zach LaVine might be here for some time. I have.
Oh yeah,
So
yeah,
I understand whether it's 20 games, 35 games, 56 games. This man gonna be here for some time.
yeah,
I'm gonna allow that time to play out within itself. I believe that Zach LaVine with this young team, he gonna be all right. It's gonna be fun to watch. I'm not gonna come out and say that they're gonna win a bunch of games, but it's gonna be exciting to watch for the
yeah,
however long that he's here. And if the plan is to see if he can stay longer, since we already invested in him, I would like to give it a whole year to see if this is something that you can continue. You know
yeah.
what I'm saying? That's what I would like to see. But if it comes to it and it's 25, 30 games in the season and a trade is made, as long as the trade makes sense for what the Chicago Bulls want to do, I'm cool with that as well. So I'm right in the middle with it.
And I'm gonna put these two guys together, and I don't think it's anything about this team that I'm more excited to see. More excited to see is the development and how much better these two guys got in Kobe White and Ayo Dosunmu. I'm gonna always put those guys together. These two guys that we drafted to this team, they in-house. I don't want to call them projects, but I'm gonna call they ass projects. Let's see. I want to see if they can get better because it seems like it seems like they kind of the forgotten guys, but all they do is keep their head down. You know what I'm saying, and get in the lab and get better. So I'm intrigued to see what new things they bring to their game this year.
I agree with you, but they Zach LaVine, he talked about and it came out as pretty much him saying that he's not going to be in the way or stunt the growth of the young guys. So when I hear those, my train of thought is pretty much saying like, hey, if Kobe got it going one night, you let him eat.
Yeah.
Hey, if Dalen Terry is coming in for, and you know what I'm saying, and having a solid 5 minutes of the game, when you come in the game and he's still on the floor with him, don't take away from that. You know what I'm
Mhm.
saying? Let him eat, let him prevail, and then you come in when you need when you're needed. So my question for you is with Zach LaVine pretty much saying that, hey, I'm not gonna stunt the growth of the young guys. What's the measuring stick, CDubb? What would that look like for you? What will make it successful? What will make it a failure when it comes to stunting the growth of these young guys?
Well, I got it two ways. It's number one is the obvious way, and in the way you just described it. If a guy's out there cooking per se, it's Kobe White or Ayo Sumu and Patrick Williams. We can talk about if we can add Patrick Williams to Kobe White and Ayo Sumu if you want in a three-headed three amigos if you want, but you can see it on the floor if he's sitting back and he's not throwing histrionics with his body. He don't got bad body language because the young guys taking shots and they missing a couple shots. Then that's a tell. And then another tell is for Zach personally. I want to see those assist numbers go up. That's how you be a leader as well. He's always hovered around 4 assists. I know it's
Mm-hmm.
kind of simple, but it also a great tell. If he can get that to six,
That's what I
six
said.
assists, if he can get it to 6 assists, you will know that he's actively trying to get these guys involved and get them to excel and progress in their career. It's simple, but it's an exact measuring stick that you can use if those assists go up.
Yeah, bro. And that was one of the things that I looked at too when I was looking at Zach LaVine. It was like, bro, you've been averaging around four in between 4 and 4.5 assists these last few years. If you can get that up to 5.5, 6 assists for the sake of the squad, it's a win for everybody. And
Yeah.
then I'm also thinking about like how last year, in the time that he did play, he didn't attack the basket at the level we believe he was capable of attacking. At one before last season, the man was like 9 points in the paint. You know what I'm saying? In paint buckets, 10 points. His all-star years, 10 points, 10 points in the paint average in those two all-star seasons. Let's get back to playing basketball that way, because if you utilize that athleticism and you penetrate the paint, hopefully, if you can dish them out, hopefully you guys can hit the shots. I believe in Ayo Dosunmu. He's taking a step forwards. You looking at Kobe White. You hoping P. Will is healthy and can hit the three. And you hoping Dalen Terry, with the work that he's placed in the offseason, can just at least be consistent enough to where you can trust him at least in that corner three or when he has the opportunity elsewhere. So I agree with you. I think that that assist total can help the team tremendously from Zach's standpoint.
It's a great tale. And also, I just wanted to ask you this question, bro. When we always talk about the young guys, I kind of think about to myself. Maybe this is my opinion. I only group Kobe and Ayo Sumu. Is it safe to group Patrick Williams within that group with Ayo Sumu and Kobe White? Is it safe? Look how you just laugh. Why you laughing?
No, because it's like one of those things. Is like you seen the continual improvement from two guys out of the three. That's Kobe and Ayo. One guy is solid defensively and a consistent 3-point shooter, but you're like, damn, where's the next step in that? So it's a fair question. That's why I laughed at it.
Hmm.
It's because we're like, one, my man's he already missed 2 seasons with injury. Two, he wasn't that effective when DeMar DeRozan was here. Three, now we saying DeMar DeRozan is out the way. Can he excel and elevate his game a little bit more? I believe when it comes to Patrick Williams, we have more questions than answers. But when you talk about Ayo and Kobe, we have more answers than questions. That's
Mm.
what makes it so funny.
Oh, that's beautiful. When it comes to Pat, we have more questions than
Questions.
answers, and when it comes to
Mm-hmm.
Ayo and Kobe, we got more answers than Kobe. Put that on a T-shirt. Uh,
For
yeah,
sure.
you absolutely slayed that. What about the bench? We didn't talk much about the bench. Maybe we want to do that in a
I think the
uh,
storylines are
yeah, the
when
storyline on the bench. You Ayo is gonna be who's gonna be the sixth man for this team.
right.
You know what
Me,
I'm saying?
my projection is Io, but Billy Donovan can have different plans.
Is everybody discounting Duarte? Is Duarte gonna be is he gonna be somebody that helps this team? Everybody, because he had a hell of a rookie season.
Yeah.
Um, Jalen Smith, we talked about that. Will he start? Will he come off the bench? It's gonna be interesting. Montes Buzelis, y'all see, I saved it for the end. I didn't talk about Montes in the beginning. He coming.
It's an interesting thing with the bench, though. I just feel like, man, like you got Javon Carter, Torrey Craig, or whatnot, but then you just got so much youthfulness on the squad, and I'm just like, I feel like right now the Bulls have two players on the squad. I'm not going to say that they don't fit because I believe they can, provide something if they receive playing time, but it don't fit with the direction I believe we should be going, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
That's just how I look at it. But me personally, I think that first of all, let me ask you the question. You know where I'm going.
Go
Is
there.
Lonzo first off the bench?
Nah. Io. I'm not
That's
finna disrespect Io no more.
for sure.
Io.
Yeah,
Io.
and I think that's is because it could get interesting, bro. Because
Yeah.
again, we can talk about the numbers. That ain't this episode. We already done went through this on live and episodes. But
Yeah.
I think he still can have some type of impact with the Chicago Bulls. However, I think that one of the guys that deserves an opportunity to show that he can be that sixth man is Ayo Dosunmu.
Absolutely. And I would give him that opportunity. I would. And he deserves it. We didn't get into Josh Giddy. That's absolutely one of the top storylines as
That's a
well.
fact.
Can Josh Giddy get better? Can Josh Giddy lead a team? Can Josh Giddy shoot better from the perimeter? This is a big year for Josh Giddy as well, with the storyline. Can you prove that OKC made a mistake, Josh Giddy? You should be pissed off coming into this season. This should be Josh Giddy's best season as a pro this year. No doubt.
If he like that.
If you like that, for real.
Accept that challenge.
Yeah.
Accept that challenge. I think that's a perfect way to put it. How you feel? We seen in the reports. You say you never was able to get momentum. You was never able to. You had 2-3 good games, and you were never was able to really get momentum. I believe you're gonna have every opportunity to gain some momentum, and I think you know what I'm saying, after coming off what you went through with OKC, then going into the Olympics, he should have some confidence within himself for how he played in the Olympics. He gave USA hell. He gave USA hell early on. You know what I'm saying? It looked different towards the end, but to start off, in a lot of those games, to start off, he played well. Finished better in some games than others, but he should come into this season very, very confident. And my biggest question is for Josh Giddy. You want to get paid or you want to go home? You want to get paid? Yeah, man. You want to get paid or not?
Lonzo. That's Lonzo. Alonzo.
For real. What? For real. I think that's one of the biggest ones, bro.
I'm sure he knows everything. I'm going to assume that he knows what's on the line right here. He can find himself a new home, supplant himself as a primetime player in the Eastern Conference.
Bro.
It's up to him. He got the talent. He got the things that he needs to work on. That jump shot. He needs to get better defensively. I don't know how much better he can get defensively. Just
it ain't gonna be much
body,
better.
By his body type. He like heavy bodied. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
he a big guy.
It's gonna have to come through. He gonna have to be a good team defender.
He gonna have to be smarter. Yes. He gonna have to be smarter.
That's the better way to put it. His defensive IQ gonna have to be solid for sure. Because you can defend some things just by knowing where you need to go and being and playing the defensive side within yourself. Don't try to do too much. Once you see it all the time. Some bad defenders, they be trying to do too much and then they get killed and put on a bench. Just stay in yourself.
Yeah. Now if that guy get benched, the world is on fire.
Oh,
you let Alex Caruso go for somebody you benched. Oh, my God! And we ain't got no draft pick. What?
You already know it's.
We ain't forget that. We ain't forgot that. AK, you ain't getting no draft pick. AK, we ain't forget. But we just ready for basketball.
Speaking of AK and Mark Eversley, before we roll out, you think that Karl Anthony Towns trade moved them a little bit, give them a little antsy, or you think it don't matter at all?
It don't matter at all. I don't think it. Damn, it is kind of when you think. Damn, boys, you could make an offer.
We could have gave him Vooch.
We could have got Vooch and another player.
We could have gave him Vooch and Leroy. They was gonna decline that shit.
No, we gave him Vooch and one of them players, a good player, bro. We could for Karl. Yeah. And sleep at the wheel again. Sleep at the wheel again, bro. That's for another video, another day. Oh shit, I didn't even think about that. Like, wait, we need another center. We got Vooch. We could have traded him over. They ain't want Vooch though.
Nah.
Nah, they ain't want Vooch.
Nah. Nah.
Who want Vooch, bro? Who want Vooch?
But
Bro?
hey,
We giving away $2 for $1, bro. $2 for $1,
for sure.
Vooch.
But hey, you got anything left before we roll out?
Nah, man. Training camp. What is it? Media day is Monday.
Mm-hmm.
Y'all stay in tune, boy. The content is flowing. I can feel the laugh calls coming. I can feel the dailies coming. It's finna be crazy. Yes, sir. 7K on the way too.
You already know. And want to send my prayers and thoughts down to those people that was affected by the hurricane.
Absolutely.
Some of my people down there in the South, they got family members and stuff right there that's been impacted. So prayers to y'all, and hope y'all remain safe out there. But y'all will not be seeing Shy Boys podcast tomorrow unless you tune into Chicago Bears Central. But in the meantime, we appreciate y'all. Thank y'all for tuning in. Make sure you always see red. And you already know we're going to catch y'all on the next one for sure. Cognac. Gang.